All right. Cancer story, part one. Yes, my hair is gone. My beard is gone. Look like a totally different person. So I'm going to split this up into a couple different parts because I don't really like long videos and I don't want you guys to get bored. So back at the end of 2008, I noticed a bump on the left, my left testicle. Nothing but medical terms here, folks. Medical terms. So there's a bump there. I go to the doctor. I said, hey, there's a bump. He said, it's probably nothing. I said, okay, that's all I need. See ya. And I left. um, he also said it'll probably go away. So, great. He's a doctor. I'm not. He says, don't worry about it. It's going to go away. Who am I to second guess? Months go by. You know, I mean, I've asked that guy probably, that same doctor, probably a total of 6 different times, said, hey, it's not going away. It's still there. It actually looks a little different day to day, which it did. Strange, right? And he said, oh, nothing to worry about. It's fine. So during that time, also, some of you have asked, did it hurt? It didn't hurt. You could feel it, which is weird. So if you thought about it, you could feel it. Yeah. Anyway, so I ended up moving to California. Still there the whole time. You know, I kept thinking, one day I'm going to wake up and it is going to be gone. I'll be fine. Don't have to worry about anything anymore. That was not the case. So I'm moving back from California, still there. And I'm thinking, by this time, you know that it's something bad. So this is now a couple months after I got back. So we're looking at the beginning of 2012. I go to a new doctor. And he walks in. He says, what brings you in today? I said, I need you to look at this. Take the pants off, show him. He says, that's not normal. I said, I know. So he said, I'm going to set you up with an ultrasound. I said, okay. So I go to the ultrasound appointment. I don't remember how long it was. I want to say it was the next week or 2 weeks later or something like that. I'm waiting. They call me back. And the first thing they do when they call me back is they give me a piece of paper and a pen. And they say, we need you to draw it. And I said, draw what? And they said, draw it. So I said, all right. So do a circle and there you go. And I said, thanks. Good job. I don't know. So we do the ultrasound. They put the goop all over. They move the thing around. I'm like, oh yeah, I can see this and this and this. I have no idea what they're talking about. I'm looking at the screen. I see black and white swirly things. I don't know. So we're done. I leave. I go back to this doctor for a follow-up. And he said, well, the results of the ultrasound are a little concerning. We would like you to have surgery to remove it. Because with testicular cancer, you cannot just go in and biopsy the testicle, because if you do that, it can spread. So they have to remove it, then biopsy it. And then that biopsy will tell you whether it is or is not cancer, right? So I was just like, man, I would really prefer you didn't have to take it out, but okay. So now we're into the beginning of February. I go in for surgery. I'm there. We're going to do this thing. I'm prepared. Move this camera. Driving me crazy that I'm not in the middle. So I go in. I'm hooked up. I'm on the bed. I got the gown on. I got a bracelet on this side of my body, on this wrist. It's a green bracelet, bright green, so they know what side they're removing. We got the IV in. People walking by. We got the IV in. Everything is ready, right? Surgeon comes over. He's like, okay, we're about to do this thing. And I said, I'm not real sure I want to do this, because what if you guys are wrong? I mean, the first guy said, don't even worry about it. So, and his assistant, Now, the doctor, tiny dude, he probably weighed like 90 pounds, smallest guy I've ever seen, except for, in real life anyway. His assistant, big dude. And he said, if you're not fully confident in it, we recommend that you don't do it. And I said, okay. Took out the IV, put my clothes back on, took off, went to the hospital cafeteria, ate a whole lot of bacon and eggs. I'll tell you this, guys. Now, ladies, I don't know if you'll understand as much. I'm sure you will, but not. I don't know. Being a guy, there is no better tasting bacon and eggs than the bacon and eggs you eat right after you decide someone is not going to cut off one of your testicles. Yes, this is true. They were delicious. I went home. I was happy, and I was like, yes, didn't do that. Great. So a couple hours went by, and then I started thinking a little bit more. Got a little concerned and thought, so we already went over in here, what if it's not cancer? But what if it is cancer? So I called back. I said, hey, it's me. I was the guy that was in there, and they left, and then I went and ate bacon and eggs that were delicious. And they said, you coming back? And I said, yeah. And they said, well, okay. So I couldn't do it that day, of course. So it was, I believe it was 2 weeks later. Went back in, same deal. Grain bracelet on this side, go in, hooked up, done. Okay. Easy. It was actually outpatient. So I was only there for a couple hours, I believe, if I remember correctly. It's tough to remember because I was on all the drugs, So after that, I had a follow-up appointment with this surgeon who was also, my oncologist. So I go in for the follow-up, and this is to get the results of what the biopsy said. And I remember I was in the office, a weird office. It was half of a normal office with a desk, and computer and the chair and all the stuff where you would do office type work on this side. And I was sitting here in front of the desk. There's the back of the room. On this side, there was a table with this weird looking thing that looked like it was designed to go directly into your butt. And it was connected to the wall. I don't know what it did. It was like a device of torture. And then there was a cart with, like a medical cart thing with a giant tube of Astroglide sitting on it. That was it. So I sat in that room and just looked at that and thought, man, I really hope we're just getting biopsy results today. And whatever that is, we're not using. Lucky for me, we did not have to do that. Awesome. So anyway, doctor comes in. He says, I have your results. It is positive for seminoma. Seminoma is the type of cancer that I have. So I said, okay. He said, there's some options we can go over. We could do chemotherapy, we could do radiation, or we could just do surveillance. I'm going to set you up with a radiation oncologist to talk about radiation. I said, okay. So I left and I went to work. Keep in mind, I just got told I had cancer. I left. I went to work. Bad idea. So it was a little weird trying to think of what to do, because those are things, you don't want to do radiation. You don't want to do chemo for obvious reasons. You don't want to do any of it. But you got to do something. You got to make a decision. That's what you have to do. So from there, I went and I talked to the radiation oncologist. We talked for about 2 hours. He explained the whole procedure, what they do, how it works, all that. Now, the thing that was tough is my blood work was clear. No signs of any type of cancer. And there was no lymph nodes that were showing any signs of it either. So according to their tests, there was no sign of anything. So that's weird because I'm thinking, what are you going to shoot radiation at if there's nothing there to shoot it at, right? So I asked him straight up, I said, hey, look, I know this is your job. Your job is to give people radiation. That's your job. I get it. But if I was your son, off the record, what would you tell me to do? And he said, I would just do surveillance, which means do CT scans every couple months, cross your fingers, and hope that it hasn't spread anywhere. And that is what I did. So we'll end part one right there, a little over 10 minutes in. As always, if you have any questions, let me know. Subscribe to the channel to see all the rest of the updates. I'm going to try to make some other videos to answer some of the other questions. I don't know when part 2 is going to go up, but it'll be hopefully sometime soon. So thanks for watching. We'll see you.